Christmas as devastating fire ravaged more than 70 shops at the Medina Ritz Junction. Although the cause of the inferno remains unknown, the affected structures were primarily composed of metal containers serving as shops and also homes. We'll get updates from the fire service shortly, but first, though, I want us to look at this. This year alone, over 5,000 fire incidents have been recorded in the first 11 months of 2023, with more than 41% of all of these incidents being domestic. And of course, there's a need for us to get into the details of what it is that you've been looking at on the screens, looking at the percentage in terms of increment from January, February, all throughout the year, as you see it on your screens now. Joining us in the studio is the Assistant Divisional Officer, DO1, at the Public Relations Department of the Fire Service, Alex Kinate, who's joining us now. Thank you so much, sir, for spending some time with us here on the Journey channel. These are figures, but the question is, what's the status now in terms of a summary of how we're faring, looking at the heightened figures? 41% is quite on the high side.
Yes, but then we've had a reduction as compared to last year. We have a 4.91 reduction in fires this year as compared to last year. Last year was very busy. It was a very busy, especially 25th and 26th December was a very busy period for us, because last year between 25th and 26th alone, we recorded 226 fires in these 2 days. Today has been a bit eventful, but not as much as last year was, and we're hoping that we would further reduce the fire as compared to last year.
Are we able to tell what's accounting largely for these incidents that we've recorded across the country?
So most of the time we have indiscriminate burning by people. We have unattended cooking. We have electrical faults or electrical issues accounting for most of these fires. Most of the time we realize that when people are leaving home, they do not do well to put off their electrical appliances. And then because we are in a season of doomsday and also the risk of power fluctuations, when it happens like that, we stand a huge risk of fires. Also, people tend to keep their gas cylinders inside their kitchens instead of keeping them outside. So whenever there's any leakage, it turns out to be very disastrous for us. And especially during the summertime season, when people tend to burn indiscriminately, it fuels the spread of fires much more easily.
And of course, the latest incidents that we're learning of, what's the official account from the National Fire Service?
In relation to the rates?
Yeah. I mean, yes, precisely.
Okay. Yeah. So, well, when we had 4 fire tenders dispatched to the scene, we had Medina, we had Legon, we had Medina, we had Abilinque, we had the National Headquarters, and then we had Trade Fair all coming together to fight the fire. For now, we suspect it might be electrical faults being the main cause for this fire. Over the years, the cause that has been attributed to that area has been arson or dispute between factions over there. But this time round, it looks like it's an electrical fault. We are still investigating to ascertain and to be sure of the actual cause of the fire over there.
Some say that it's also very, characteristic of, festive seasons, Christmas, for instance, where, of course, Harmattan has set on, and it contributes further to the challenge of this fire outbreaks that we learn of. What advice will you give, our viewers and also the larger public on what to look out for and how to be safe during this period?
Okay, when spirits are high, common sense is low. Not to insult, but then when during festive seasons, when people are over exuberant or jubilant, they tend to, we obviously have people over drinking, and then letting their guards down, forgetting how to keep themselves safe from fires. As much as possible, we advise people to prioritize their safety as much as they prioritize their security. People would have so many padlocks and burglar proofs in their rooms or in their homes and wouldn't have a single fire extinguisher or a smoke detector. So we would advise people to get early fire detection system such as smoke detectors, so that whenever there's any fire, even when you're not around, it will sound an alarm, draw your attention to the fire. Also, it's important to have fire extinguishers so that when the fire starts at the early stage or the incipient stage, you're able to quickly apply the fire extinguisher to it. But then the note or caution is that do not use the fire extinguisher when the fire has fully developed. You move out, and if you can, you close the doors, you close the windows to keep oxygen from coming in.
Right, and we'll talk very shortly about what you're doing at the National Fire Service to contain the figures this time around. My colleague Akufo-Addo, data analyst here at Joy News, is joining us with further details on, the regional breakdown, because we need to paint that picture that this is not just about Accra. Isaac, walk us through the figures in terms of how the other regions are faring. Unfortunately, we've lost Isaac Akufo-Addo. We'll get back to the details for you. But the point about, the activities you're initiating at the National Fire Service, just to, drum home the message, try and tell more people what to be on the lookout for and what you're personally doing, from your outfit to contain these fires. Would you say that you're doing a lot in this season?
We are doing a lot. But one thing I always say is that I'm hoping that our measures will be sustainable enough. Because the reason I'm saying this is that we are in dire need of logistics.
Right.
We are in dire need of logistics. Our fire tenders are overaged. And because they are overaged, they keep breaking down. So our chief and then our directors end up using a lot of our internally generated funds on fixing them. Ideally, per international standard, after every 5 years, we're supposed to change our fire extinguishers. But then here in Ghana, it's almost 15 years and counting, and we are hoping that procurement will be hastening to get new fire tenders. So it becomes a challenge, because as of now, at Denta, there's no fire station. Our tender is out of commission. Right. Dodua, the tender is out of commission. Wager. And
these are densely populated areas. So ordinarily you'd want to station some of your tenders around these areas.
No, and there are tenders over there, but the tenders are broken down.
Oh, right.
The tenders are breaking down, because then there are plans fixing, and then it's not a permanent fix. So ideally, if we were to get new fire tenders, we also have stations that do not have fire tenders. And you see, as a people, our assemblies have not been, some have been of help, some have not been of so much help. Because look at a vastly populated area like La Paz, Odoko, Dakuman, Alaji, Tabora, Sotum, Achimota, Dome, Kwabenya, Ashoman, Taifa. Right. We don't have any single fire station in all these areas.
Really?
There's no.
So how do you respond then if you have
So once there's any fire at say Achimota, the nearest appliance will come from Abilimpi. But then there was one time when our appliance at Abilimpi was broken down. Our appliance at Amasaman was broken down. There was fire at Sotu Momanjo. And because the appliances are old and had broken down, the nearest appliance had come from our headquarters, Dankwa Circle, all the way to Sotu Momanjo, which is a very disheartening situation for us. So when we get to the scene and people are hooting at our offices, it's very unfortunate, because it's no fault of ours. Yeah. We work with what we can, and believe it or not, immediately we are dispatched to a fire scene. If you spend more than a minute even at the station, you'll be queried.
And what I've noticed also is that it's not just about the extinguishers, but also the point about the hydrants themselves. Structures built either over them, or you don't even find them in places they're supposed to be. What's the status of that now? And how are you going about replacing or perhaps fixing the decommissioned ones or whatever it is?
Okay, so what we're doing is that you realize that the hydrants do not belong to the Ghana National Fire Service. It's the property of the Ghana Water Company for the Ghana National Fire Service. And for every water bill that you pay, 1% goes into
an allocation.
Yes, exactly. So we recently had our fire conference where we had engagement with some our key stakeholders like NADMO and then with Ghana Water, and understanding were made. So moving forward from next year, most of these discussions that were initiated should be implemented, and we should see much more of our hydrants being accessible to our men.
But people build over the structures.
That's where the assemblies also come in, you know, because then the assemblies are, as I said, some are not helping at all, because then when it gets to be giving permits to people to build, instead of going down on the place or the site to see where the person is building, ensure that the person is not building on a waterway or on a hydrant, they probably might not do that, and then we'll just sign off. The fire at Kantamantu earlier this year, it was a very unfortunate situation where we had to see one of our hydrants in someone's shop, because the person who goes to collect the tolls there is just interested in taking the money, but not interested in where the person is placing their shops. So we had to find one of our hydrants in someone's shop. So if the assemblies would sit up and then personally inspect and go and see where the people are hoping to build their houses or situate their shops, because then, because the person also feels he has a legal document from the assembly authorizing him to build there, if he goes and he sees a hydrant, he destroys it or builds over it because he feels that he has a legal tender. So it's a collaborative effort where we rely on everyone. I
agree. And you know, talk about permits. Even you're supposed to be doing the fire certification.
Yes.
You don't do that these days, do you?
No, we do. That's our mandate.
Right.
And you see,
the feeling is, and I'm sure you've heard that conversation, that you're neglecting on that aspect of your duty.
That's one aspect that we don't joke with. Because we recently commissioned a fire safety task force, which is going around as shops, homes, and then other industrial areas to ensure that people have the fire certificates and are adhering to the fire precaution.
Right.
So it's one thing, but then where we come in is when you come up with your building plan, you bring it to the Ghana National Fire Service, we would vet it and then ensure that we make our recommendations, means of escape, how, making our inputs before. So then that's where we come in, issuing the fire certificates. But then when it comes to the actual building, it becomes a problem where we are not really involved.
Okay, we need to go, but what would be your message to our viewers on what to be on the lookout for during this festive season? There's also, and just before you touch on that, the aspect about firecrackers and people who will be doing bonfires. These are possible flashpoints that, we could have any outbreak at all.
So one thing that we are doing as a service is that I'll quickly outline the things that we're doing as a service to ensure a fire-free, and we've seen that it's reaping some results because the fires have reduced this festive season a bit.
Right.
So as I said, our appliances are old, but the serviceable ones, we are fixing them. Right. Amasaman, for instance, their fire tender was spoiled, but right now Amasaman has a functional fire tender. They have a functional, and we've even opened a new station at Anya. They have a fire tender which attends to fires within the Awishi enclave. Right. So as a service, we are doing our best to close the gap. We need much more efforts or support from government, from the people, and from the assemblies also. But then again, what we're doing also is that we have intensified night patrols in crucial areas of flash points. Right. So our stations at Makola and other very strategic areas that are prone to fires, our stations there go on night patrols to look out for possible fires, so that if they see hazards or even fires starting at the incipient stage, they can be able to deal with it. So one, would advise people that please do keep our emergency numbers in mind: 192 112 0302. We have like a lot of
numbers. Okay.
Yes, 772-446.
Right.
0302 772.
But the speed dial will be
192 112
192
or 112. And then please avoid prank calls, because within just 1 month, this year we recorded well over 600,000.
That's really bad. People just give you calls.
And
right?
You see, and if I tell you some of the silly things they say, you'll be surprised. People call in and, as much as, excuse me to say, some people even masturbate with, like, on our call lines.
Oh,
that's the truth. People call, and then when they hear the female call reps, when they hear their voice, then, excuse me to say, you hear them jacking off. Those are preposterous.
And this is not a story you're making up.
This is not a story I'm making.
Right.
People call, and then it's very uncomfortable. People call and they'll be singing Someone will call and tell you my wife's private party is on fire, come and quench it.
I see.
You see, so, and you realize that the more, and parents also who leave their children with their with phones, the children call and they just insult some of our people. You see, when you do that, you are on the line and then you are holding the line. It's just like your mobile phone.
Yeah.
Until someone gets off the line, you can't pick another
call. Right.
So when there's someone there wasting time or playing prank with us,
then the possibility of denying another person.
Yeah. That's why someone would say, I've called her, you're not picking. Not that we are not picking, but because instead of being each other's keeper, we look on unconcerned as people continue to perpetrate all kind of silly things. So please, the prank call should end, and the attack on our fire officers should also end. Because at the end of the day, if you attack any fire officer, they are there to perform their duty. It's a criminal act to attack any fire officer, and any fire officer would retaliate likewise to defend themselves at the peril of their lives.
Edio and Alex Kinati, thank you so much for joining us here on The Pulse. And we know this festive season you may have plans of actually stepping out with your family, but how secure is your home when you are out? Nana Akufo-Addo is a security consultant. He's joining us to share some of the tips that we need to be mindful of. Nana, thank you for spending some time with us. When stepping out, what do we look out for? Because there's lots of engagements and festivities happening all throughout this period till the new year. And Alfred, are you still with us? Kindly unmute so we can hear you. Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon to you and your listeners and your viewers all. Can you hear me, please?
We'll try and re-establish connection.
Hello.
Can you hear me, sir?
Can you hear me, please?
Please go ahead.
Yes, I can hear you clearly. Can you hear me either? Your question again, please.
I was just talking about the factors to be on the lookout for this season.
Can you hear me clearly?
Okay.
Okay. First of all, I'll bring seasonal greetings to all Ghanaians who are listening and then watching us at the same time, both online and on television. And then I'm trying to just say that Ghanaians, we need to be very security conscious as we are into the season. I think there are countless times that we are hearing a number of accidents, which myself have been a victim of it. I'm praying that the government would upgrade the security network in the country by making sure that all our surveillance systems are working accurately within the jurisdiction at which citizens are trying to make merry around, especially all amusement center areas and then homes as well.
And to my question, sir?
For now, I am trying to tell government something. I think every citizen in this country, as we are all celebrating the Christmas festivity, we need to be careful as in where we send ourselves, our children, either to the first night where we are going to worship and fellowship with these various churches. We need to be careful about how we are going to move out of our houses, make sure all our doors are locked. If we have places that we have security in place, we have to make sure that there are good patrols which is going on around within the Ghana Police Service. And as far as human safety is concerned as well, we need to also beef up the operation network in our system, in our country at the moment. That's what I think I can suggest to government to help citizens at this season time.
Okay, grateful for your time, and of course, we wish you the very best for the season. Former Minority Leader Haruna Idrisu is pushing the Works and Housing Ministry to hand over the abandoned Saglame Affordable Housing Project to the Ghana Armed Forces to complete it and live in it. The project has been abandoned since 2017 with several wooded and electrical installations stolen. The Tamale South MP says it is unconscionable that government will spend millions of dollars on such a project and leave it to rot.
Speaker, my other comment is on Saglame. In fact, I just called my my lawyer to give me advice. Paragraph 9.8, and Mr. Speaker, is my considered view. I'm sure I've shared it with the minister before. This back and forth of Saglame, declare it a dedicated facility for the armed forces of Ghana and ask them to go and complete it and live in it. You cannot invest over $200 million in a project, and today you are still telling us that there was financial loss presumptively, or there is financial loss today, when your military are struggling for houses around that area. That is state resources. Whilst you do other things you want to do, give us Sagleme housing to the Ghana Armed Forces and ask the military to go and complete it. They too, they must provide labor. Nobody is going to pay them for it. I'm sure, Mr. Speaker, they will be happy to do that. But this back and forth, I'm not too comfortable with some of the comments in the committee's report. But advisedly, I've run away from it. Then, Mr. Speaker, uncompleted project, Minister. There are too many dotted uncompleted projects across the country. I came across one which was initiated by the Honorable Hakma Usuajima when he was at the ministry. In my constituency, around Sanjergo, in the Wamale area, a housing project was started. The Speaker is hanging. I'm sure the same thing happened in many other regions of Ghana. This country, that is why, under the directive principles of state policy, the state is enjoined to complete uncompleted projects. I think that next time, government, I think you should come with a profile telling us the location of this uncompleted project and how much you need to be able to deal with that. Public service workers, generally in Ghana, their problem is accommodation. I think some of the last timelines, Mr. Speaker, I say this because I then engaged a Beneza and Power Bank of the Public Sector Workers Union and the TUC. If you build and ask them that every man lose 200 to 500, and he knows that he has decent accommodation, he won't go paying those ridiculous 50,000, 100,000 in lieu of rent. So government should prime those lines to do high-rising buildings and stop selling it to ourselves.
You know, Deputy Ranking Member on the Works and Housing Committee, Andrew Dari Chiwete, is reiterating his signed warning to the government against selling some of the properties to private developers.
The Sagama Housing Project is a very important project. In 2017, we, those who were here, and served on the Western Housing Committee, we visited the project and we saw what it was. It was a great project. I still remember very well that the former minister, Honorable Tachia, his first press that he addressed regarding the Sagama Housing Project, he was very emphatic that that was one of the best projects ever. But Mr. Speaker, as we speak today, if you take time off and drive to the Sagama Housing Project, you would notice that an organized crime happened in that area. Because all the housing units in that project, every unit of the project has been touched. They have removed all the doors, they have removed all the windows, they have removed sinks, they have removed almost everything that was fixed in the housing project. So, Mr. Speaker, I think we should not sit down and allow our money go waste. Like leader said, something must be done seriously about the Sagama Housing Project. If we think that as a government we do not want to invest in the project, let's look at how we can get other agencies or companies to come in. But we should not think about selling it to a private person.
We thank you up north now because authorities in the Chereponi district of the Northeast region say they are mobilizing civilian volunteers and individuals to take over the provision of public services in the Wincheke and Dambo communities. This is after renewed chieftaincy clashes last month forced many professional public sector workers to flee. Schools and health centers have remained closed while socio-economic activities are yet to resume. Speaking after meetings with the feuding factions, Regional Minister Zakaria directed the district chief executive to, in the meantime, solicit the support of some competent community members to replace the fleeing government workers. Correspondent Ilyasu Tanko files this report.
More than a month after violent chieftaincy conflict broke out between two Anofo tribal factions, the Jabus and Fombrons here in Wenchike, socio-economic activities are still far from being restored. Health facilities remain closed, farmlands abandoned, and many other public services still unavailable. The violence was said to have erupted after angry Jabu youth in Dambu blockaded and attacked the Fombron chief of Wenchike, who was on his way to attend a political event in Nalirgu. The chief and his driver, however, managed to escape, but not until the pickup truck they were traveling with was extensively damaged by the irate Jabu youth. Upon his return, his supporters allegedly launched a deadly counterattack on houses and properties of the Jabus in Wenchike. At least 7 people were killed and over 20 houses set ablaze, including houses that were rented out to and occupied by teachers, nurses, and other government workers. In one of such houses located near the community market, 2 teachers, a male and female, had their properties in their rooms completely incinerated. Attackers also attacked another house occupied by a nurse. The room of the nurse and her livestock pen raided and the animals looted. Following the attack, all public sector workers then fled the community and vowed never to return.
The rooms for teachers who are not natives, people who are from the south, we have burned them, including their properties. Naturally, you don't expect these people to be happy. So I'm not surprised that they have actually deserted them. So when schools are open, they are not a party to the conflict. I believe when they come back, the people have learned their lessons.
Chairman Alassane Abdelganiou also expressed worry about the future of their children and appeal for assistance.
We also have to make an appeal to the Honorable DC, Director of Education, and those stakeholders to appeal to them to get us teachers and then nurses back. In fact, it is the children who are future leaders, and if these children are not educated, you can see what is currently happening. What will happen in future, you can't tell. So we still have to appeal to them. Even though it has happened, they have to look at us and consider us for the future. But if we get these people, well educated, I think they will help us to resolve this issue that we are finding ourselves.
Headquarters, 5 aspirants have picked nomination forms to contest the Oforikrom parliamentary primaries of the New Patriotic Party, with no signs of the sitting MP attempting one of the fiercest political battles in the New Patriotic Party primaries. Clinton Yeboah provides a spotlight to the following report.
Since 1992, the Oforikrom constituency has been for the New Patriotic Party, giving the party an average 70% in every parliamentary election. Since nominations opened for the NPP primaries, the constituency has had supporters assembling to register their loud noises in the form of support for their aspirants. With 4 men and 1 woman declaring interest, party delegates will be presented with a decision to choose a new candidate for the 2024 parliamentary elections. Claudia Lumo Kwating is the founder of Collage Media, producers of Glitch Africa magazine, UN ambassador and Ghana Tourism ambassador for fashion development. The only female in the race promises to present a new narrative of entrepreneurship and female leadership for the constituency.
I've built enough maturity as a woman. I started my own business from nothing to make it a global brand. So I am here together with what I have built and the network I have built to use my own personal network and what I've done to develop and build and grow the constituency together. I always say that I am for leaving no one behind. And if I want to leave no one behind, this is part of what we're doing in Oforikrom. We need to inspire women, not just women, but quality women, women who are focused, women who are mentally ready to serve our nation.
Trading analyst at Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Company, Michael Akufo-Addo, the second candidate to file nomination, is touting competence to marshal Oforikrom youth to break the 8 for the NPP.
It is not just for myself, but for the great NPP party. 2024 is going to be a Herculean task, and as such, we need to effort all marshals so that we can break the 8. I believe that's the time for the youth, and with me in charge, I'll be able to mobilize the youth of Oforikum and the entire community behind, looking at my relationship and years spent in the constituency to be able to achieve the numbers that we are looking for in maximizing MPP votes for 2024 and breaking the 8.
Nelson Owusu-Ansah, the Deputy CEO of the National Youth Authority, moves with the slogan "From the people, for the people," is coming off as the people's person. Nelson said his vision stems from the critical needs of party grassroots.
I am a grassroots person. I have worked for the party all my life. All my young life, all my adult life has been dedicated to the service of this patriotic party. And so today, if I have the opportunity to lead my people, I know what is happening down there. I know what is happening at the top there. I know the work to be done and to be able to win power in 2024. And I think there's no other that will make my people here happy than making sure that I have led them and I'm part of the team, the leader of the team, that ensured that the party has won power again in 2024.
Nana Jemfi Ejabo is the director of the Center for National Distance Learning and Open Schooling at the Ministry of Education. He is gearing up for digital transformation of the constituency, consolidating the KNUST community with the main neighborhoods.
The only person in the game now that can achieve results is the youngest chairman who can do that. I will set 3 strategic offices. The issue of accessibility has been a problem. That 3 strategic offices, one will be situated close to this place. The other will be at the center or at KNUST to be a strategic secretariat, and the one will be at Kentin Krono. The one at Bomsu will look at Bomsu, Oforikum, Ward B and others to make sure every delegate is being included, every constituent is being included.
Entrepreneur, philanthropist and research scientist Joseph Teyiri is presenting an all-inclusive leadership. He believes he can harness the potential of young people in the Oforikum constituency for development.
I'm going to expand everything that I've already done. So let's say I've currently given about 30 scholarships. I have about 30 beneficiaries under the TJTP, Education for All. I'm going to continue to expand that. And I'll crave the indulgence of everybody that just look out for the right candidates. Who has done it? Who has been impactful? Who has been able to touch lives? And when you look among all the 5 contestants, I think I stand tall among all 5. I think I've done it. I've been able to sacrifice my life. I've been able to make a lot of sacrifices to make sure that the Ubuntu agenda, and as we all know, Ubuntu simply means humanity. It's not about me, it's not about my family, but it's about everybody that's around me. How can you help the next person to move on to the next level?
The Oforikum constituency NPP chairman Anthony Amankwa is entreating aspirants to maintain a clean campaign devoid of personal attacks. 1,195 delegates from 15 electoral areas are expected to vote in the Oforikum NPP primary. Reporting for Joy News, Clinton Yabua.
Well, constituency executives of the New Patriotic Party in the Nandom constituency of the Upper West region has poo-pooed claims by Alex Moko that he has secured nomination forms of the party's parliamentary primaries from the national headquarters of the party and has since found the nomination to contest the primaries. Alex Mo was alleged to have been expelled by the party on December 2023 for incessantly campaigning against the party's parliamentary candidate and Interior Minister Ambrose Derry in 2012, 2016 and 2020 elections. He was therefore expelled from the party and cannot contest the primary. At a press briefing in Wa, Alex Mo indicated that he now is ready for the primaries, urging supporters to rally behind him for the contest.
Despite his expulsion from the party in a letter dated December 14, 2023, Alex Kokcha Pierre Mo says he's still a member of the New Patriotic Party NPP and has even successful filed to contest the upcoming parliamentary primary.
That per the receipts I've shown to the press and per pictures I have floated in other social media handles of mine, that my nomination documents were adequately vetted on behalf of the national office by the treasurer, and that he saw that I had paid the required fees and that the required attachments I had provided, and that he held the view on behalf of the national executives that my documentations were right and duly received.
Per the letter signed by the Nandom Constituency Secretary of the MPP, William Martin, Alex Kogmo was expelled from the party for incessantly campaigning against the party's parliamentary candidate in 2012, 2016, and 2020. First Vice Chairman of the MPP in the Namdong constituency, Alhaji Hudu Mahmoud, in a telephone interview, stated that Alex Kogmo confessed to have worked and campaigned against Interior Minister Ambrose Dere, who has been the party's parliamentary candidate in the last 4 elections.
You can remember Chairman Franzak wrote a petition against him 2018. Instead of him come and join us 2020 to do 2020, he repeated the same thing. So looking at things, we were seeing that we cannot allow him to participate in this election. So when we do that, we'll give a room for people to be doing such things, and it is against the party constitution.
At that meeting, did he tell you, did you confess that he openly campaigned against the certain MP?
Well, he even made mention of the 2016, and he even said 2082 was part. He confirmed.
The social development consultant, however, says his expulsion from the party was against the constitution of the party, urging his supporters to disregard it.
You said I campaigned against our candidates. That is 2012, 2016, 2020. As we speak, I know that MPP has no candidates. This is the year 2023. And so I certainly cannot be campaigning against any candidate. But if we were even to go to the years that have been cited in the letter, per the earlier clauses of natural justice that I have read to you, they ought to have brought the evidence before me. I do know for a fact that the constituency secretary through the region has been asked to provide video and audio evidence to support the allegations. I invite you, members of the press, to ask the constituency secretary to submit.
The Nandom constituency executives have however stuck to their guns, insisting that despite his claim of filing his nomination to contest the primary, his dream will be flamed out at the vetting. He wouldn't be part of the party's primaries, he wouldn't be called for the vetting.
We don't know. When we go to the vetting, we will still insist that the petition that we wrote against him will be exist. We are still insisting that we expel him from the contest. No, we don't agree that he is part of the primaries. As far as Nandom constituency is concerned.
The Nandom constituency parliamentary seat is one of 3 seats held by the MPP in the Upper West region. Interior Minister Dere is the incumbent member of parliament for Nandom and hope to be lucky to represent the party for the 4th consecutive time in the 2024 polls and probably extend his time at the legislature. His biggest obstacle for now, however, is Alex Mole, who is breathing heavily on his neck. Reporting for the News, Rafik Salam. Wow.
And it's still the season of Christmas because all roads are leading to the Bri Botanical Gardens tomorrow for the Joy FM Fanfield Family in the Park Christmas Party. General Manager in charge of sales and marketing at the Multimedia Group Limited, David Max Fuga, says all the necessary security and parking arrangements have been made available to ensure that all patrons enjoy the festivities. We'll hear from him shortly. First, though, here are preparations which are underway at the Bri Botanical Gardens. My colleague Maxwell Agbagba found this report.
Welcome to the Bri Botanical Gardens, where the trees here have formed a perfect canopy, providing shade and ambience to the many families that will throng here tomorrow for the Joy FM Family Party in the park. It is a big day for a lot of the families, and they cannot wait to be here. The countdown started 2 weeks ago, and now we are down to less than 24 hours for this place to be buzzing with activities, with a lot of children, a lot of families around having fun. But some families are already here to do a recce of the Bri Botanical Gardens for tomorrow. Yes, a recce. And good news is I have some of them here with me. Let me speak to them.
We'll be here tomorrow, so I want to tell everybody watching to be here tomorrow because it's going to be fun, a lot of activities. So please come along with your family members and have a great day tomorrow. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, everybody should come. It's gonna be fun. See you.
And then
everyone should come for the family park party. It's going to be exciting. Thank you. See you all.
We can't wait to see all of you tomorrow. So I'm going to see you tomorrow, yeah? Sure, take care. Have fun. Bye. Oh, hello, baby. Baby. How are you?
I'm fine.
Great. Are you going to be here tomorrow?
Yes.
Hey! I can't wait to see you tomorrow. You're going to take part in the dancing competition?
Yes.
Hey! You've won in advance, okay?
Okay.
Fantastic. Mommy, you want to talk to us?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be full of fun.
Yeah.
So we are praying for the best to see all the family members here to have a nice day and nice season too.
Remember that we have various artists lined up who are going to provide some good music. Guess what? We have Ifya. We also have the Kwampa Band. There's a lot to enjoy here tomorrow. Remember that for a family of 6, it's just 200 Ghana cedis to get access. Enjoy the games, enjoy the ambience, and enjoy the fun that will be happening here tomorrow. Now, talk about games. One of the gentlemen who was here last year when we had the family party in the park is Sadok. Sadok is also going to be here tomorrow to make sure that the patrons who come here enjoy some good games.
So this is Paintsball Ebri by Adventure. So we are a pop-up recreation space inside the Ebri Garden here.
Okay.
And we work on holidays and weekends.
Okay.
And so we are going to be here all through the festive season. We started working on 23rd and we'll take a short break on the 2nd January. So we are working all through the festive season.
Okay.
And we'll be here tomorrow definitely for the Joy family in the park.
Going to be here tomorrow for the Joy FM family party in the park.
Yes.
Awesome. So tell me what games, I know there are a lot of games, but at least you have yours on display here. Yeah. Can you run us through some of the games we'll be playing tomorrow?
This is actually our full setup because we have more games. So we have soft archery, we have paintball target shooting, we have beanbag.
We can demonstrate that?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to try some. Or maybe you take us through what you have here.
Okay, so this is a paintball gun, okay? So this is a mag-fed paintball gun, so it means that it uses a magazine. Most paintball guns, they use what we call a hopper to load the feed, to load the paintballs, but this one uses the magazine. So this is like the latest version of paintball guns you have in the world now. So we have like all the variety of paintball guns here for an amazing paintball target shooting experience. And then also there is soft archery.
Can we try the soft
archery?
Yeah.
Let's try.
So this would also be available tomorrow, right?
Yes. Soft archery will be available tomorrow. We'll also create 2 courts for badminton. So badminton is like tennis. So we'll create 2 courts for badminton. And then we'll have an artist here who will take you through like a painting class. So that's also going to be available. We have air hockey, which is like a board game similar to table soccer. Yeah. We have beanbag toss right there. It's quite competitive as well. And there's going to be a lot of mats, chairs and tables for families to sit, board game activities and all that. So no one will be left out. If you are too old to do rigorous stuff, we have some chairs so you can sit on, play some board games. If you are quite active, you can try badminton with the family and every other sports we have.
You were here last year, did you?
Yes.
What was it like? Tell me about the experience for those who've not been to Joy FM family party in the park event before.
Let me tell you, everybody in this garden is waiting for this event.
Okay.
For the past 1 week, we've been talking about it. From everybody has been looking forward to this event. Even as last week, they were mowing the lawns to make sure that everything is proper and set for the event. So we've been looking forward to this event because last year was mega. It was full. It was a full house. It was packed. People had so much fun. Our activity center that we usually have at the presidential lawn was full of people, families, cheerful families. So I'm looking forward to this one. I started preparing for this year's one from January. So
wow!
we've been waiting for this event. I mean, it was massive. I'm not going to lie, it was massive. Yeah, in all sense, it was massive. And then there was a lot of performances as well, musicians and all that. So we want that to happen, and that happens usually in the evening. So we are looking forward to that as well. So we even installed lights for that, so that when people come, they can stay for a longer period and be here till the program closes. Right here. Stick it through. No. It has to be in there. Okay. Good.
This way.
Yeah. But before that, stretch your left arm and then do the peace sign to pull the string back. The peace sign. Release. Oh. Okay, try again.
I told you, no way, Sadak, no. I told you I'm not good at these days. Okay, let's try pinball. Let's try pinball and see. Remember, this is not the only game available for you tomorrow. There are a lot of games that we're gonna play. So if you're not good at soft archery, like me, you don't have to worry. There'll be another game for you. Maybe you might be good. You may be good at lime and spoon race. Maybe eating competition. Yeah, that's what I'm good at. Eating competition. Yeah.
Nice one. First shot on target. Nice one. Proper marksman. I told you you do good.
Last 15 minutes, the guys will be setting up the stage for tomorrow. The stage that Efia, Kwampa Band and Kwabna will be mounting. That stage is in this track. And in some minutes, they will start setting up the stage right here in the heart of the Bree Botanical Gardens. The gentlemen are ready to set up the stage, to start setting up the place for tomorrow. Remember, you cannot afford to miss out. Reporting for Joy News, Maxwell Agbagba.
And indeed, it promises to be fun. We can now hear from the General Manager in charge of Sales and Marketing at the Multimedia Group Limited, David Max Fuga, who says all is set.
Yeah, there's no better day to take the family out, to bond with them, than tomorrow, 26 December, at the Bree Botanical Gardens, where we are having a Joy FM family party in the park. A lot of us have been running around the whole year. We've been leaving home very early. We come late. We don't have the time to engage our kids and our families. And so the party in the park provides opportunity, even for once a year, for the family to come together, relax, and have fun. Take the kids away from the TV, take the kids away from the phones, take the kids away from their books. Bring them, let's have fun, let's relate to each other, let's bond. And for once, let's leave all the troubles of this world behind us and have fun. So that's the objective for a family party in the park. I must say that preparations are on course. Setup is today. By tomorrow morning, we'll be ready to receive our first guest. Ticket sales are running very fast. My last check, we left with less than 100 tickets to go. I believe that by tomorrow morning, we'll be sold out. Those who are not getting the hard tickets can use the short code to purchase the soft one. In terms of security, we are deploying close to 60 police personnel in and around the Botanical Gardens to protect life and property. In terms of parking, we've secured places around the Botanical Gardens where people will be parking their vehicles under the protection and direction of personnel of the Ghana Police Service. So yes, all said and done, we are ready tomorrow. We just urge our patrons to observe the road safety measures when they are driving up there and going down. We want everybody there to come happy. We want them to go home peacefully. So we are ready, we are set. All roads lead to Bree Botanical Gardens tomorrow. From 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. We'll be ready. There'll be a lot of fun. There'll be a lot of entertainment. There'll be a lot to eat. There'll be a lot to drink. We are only encouraging patrons to come with their mats, to come with their food as well. Even though all those things have food to be provided, or with vendors selling food, we are encouraging them to also come. It's a family picnic, so if you want to come with your food, it's allowed. You want to come with a mat, it's allowed. You want to come with a mattress, it's allowed. Just come with the family, take the kids out for once, sit down with them and have fun. Everybody is welcome. everybody is welcome. Yes, we are saying family party in the park because we want to make sure. I've always said that a family that bonds stays together. But that doesn't mean that if you are not, you don't have a family, you shouldn't come. You can come. I mean, we encourage everybody to come. Just come and unwind and prepare yourself for 2024. Yeah, this year's edition, we've added a few things. There's a games village where various sporting activities will be held. There's a kids area that we've created where kids will be doing face painting and playing other games that will excite them. There is also the famous Daddy Corner, which has been enhanced, where we're going to have a beer village within the Daddy's Corner. There'll be a lot to eat, a lot to drink. Yes, even though we are saying it's a Daddy's Corner, everybody's welcome. But again, we want the daddies to come and stay. Instead of dropping the kids, dropping the women and going away. There's a reason now for them to stay. And we are encouraging the daddies to be there. So, I mean, we have various activities. There's going to be a live band. There's going to be we have a lot of artists on the bill who are going to perform in the afternoon. In the morning, there will be a live band throughout. The all-female lipstick band will be there. Kwampa is going to be there. And then in the evening, the other artists will also be there, and it will be fun. I mean, real fun. And it's a full bouquet. So the kids have something, the women have something, the fathers have something, the grandparents will have something. Everybody is welcome to Joy FM Family Party in the Park, 26 December 2023 at the Abri Botanical Gardens. Our ticket is going for 200 Ghana cedis for a family of 6. And if you come in, we'll welcome you with 6 bottles of water and some bottles of Yomi yogurt from our sponsors. But that's not all. When you participate in activities, our sponsors are going to give away a lot of their products and services as part of the activities for the day. And so you will be lucky to get products from bags of rice from Wilma. You will be lucky to get bottles of sunflower fried or cooking oil. And a host of that is. So our sponsors are doing a lot of giveaways. Petrosol is giving away. A lot of our sponsors are giving away products and services on that day. So the 200 cedis entitles you to the products from our sponsors. And of course, 6 bottles of water and some bottles of Yomi yogurt for the kids to be happy and excited about. All roads lead to Abri Botanical Gardens tomorrow. Drive safely. We want you to come and go back home in one piece.
And indeed, we are looking forward to see you there. A family of 6 gets to pay only 200 Ghana cedis. You can purchase the tickets by dialing *714*003*3. So it's *714*003# and then you can select party in the park. You'd get the confirmation number of the tickets, and then you wait for the prompts to make payments. See you there. And we're taking a break here on The Pulse. We'll be right back. And now President Akufo-Addo says his government has been able to steer the country out of the most difficult economic situation it found itself in the past 3 years, but says the country is not completely out of it yet. In his Christmas message to Ghanaians, he urged the citizenry to help ensure a free, fair and transparent elections next year.
Fellow Ghanaians, I'm particularly glad that our nation has turned the corner. Following 3 difficult years we, and indeed the world, have faced. Inflation is being reined in, we're experiencing a relatively stable exchange rate, and growth in our economy is rebounding. We continue to attract investments, domestic and foreign, reinforcing our position as the gateway to Africa, and we remain a beacon of democracy, peace, and stability in Africa. The country is not yet completely out of the woods, but there is a growing sense of confidence that with hard work and determination, Ghana will make it, and collectively, we will secure our futures. In this period, as we open our country up to the thousands and thousands of visitors who are celebrating Christmas with us. December in GH, now being a global event. I appeal to all of you to exhibit at all times the proverbial Ghanaian hospitality for which we are famed. Let us leave a positive, lasting impression on them, which will help ensure that our country's tourism potential is enhanced for the benefit of our nation's socioeconomic and cultural growth. Next year is an important year in our democratic journey. We will hold on 7th December 2024 the 9th general election in the history of the Fourth Republic, which has witnessed the longest period of stable constitutional governance in our entire history. We all have a duty to conduct ourselves in such a manner that we have a free, fair, and transparent election that will enable the Ghanaian people choose, in peace and serenity, the person and persons who will manage their affairs on their behalf for the next 4 years. I'm confident that yet again, Ghanaians will rise to the occasion and reinforce the status of Ghana as a bastion of democracy on the African continent. For my part, I will always be grateful to Almighty God and to you, the Ghanaian people, for allowing me to serve you. I remain committed to the mandate you freely gave me and will use the last year of my stay in office to do all in my power to continue to help create a free and prosperous nation of opportunity.
Christmas and Christians were in church this morning to commemorate the birth of Christ. Joy News has been speaking to some of them, while some of them are finding joy in this year's celebrations. Others say that the increased cost of living has affected their Christmas this year.
Yeah, we're enjoying it because it is the celebration of the birth of Christ, as when God condescended on this earth to become flesh. So the essence of Christ and Christmas should be celebrated. So we are celebrating with all joy. And now the meaning to the celebration is what is important. And that the celebration brings to bear when God became flesh, when God decided to come upon this earth to save us. And for us, it's a great deal celebrating Christmas. So having that mindset, I think it will go a long way to help everybody.
This year Christmas is normal for me. I'm thanking God for how far He has brought me, for the whole year, taking care of me, my family, my church members, everybody. So I'm just very grateful to God, and everything is going on well to me.
I think basically Christmas is about showing love, and whatever God did for us, that is sending His Son to come die for us. We as individuals would also have to replicate same. So in church, we'll make sure that we reach out to the vulnerable, the less privileged, those who are widowed. This is a time to show them love. It's a season, so we have to take advantage of it and reach out to them so far.
And nothing is going to stand in our way, right? Okay. And also, can you compare last year or the previous celebrations to this year? What do you think about this year's celebration?
I think we all know the situation in the country. The economy hasn't been all that, but the government is trying to do what they can do.
I think the aim is to grow from glory to glory. And last year's celebrations were quite good. This year we are looking forward to celebrating with others as well and giving out gifts to those that we can reach out to. So for me, this year's Christmas, it's good. It's good. I would say the Lord has been gracious all throughout the year. He has provided, and He has been gracious unto us. We can't get all what we want, but the Lord has been faithful. So we'll say this year's Christmas should certainly be one of the best.
Well, this Christmas, I would say last year's Christmas was better than this year's Christmas, but the year has not yet ended, so I'm expecting more. But then the Christmas spirit is not really there as compared to last year. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's because of a lot of things that have been happening in the country and all, but then...
Can you mention some, please?
Prices going high, people dying here and there, people stealing from each other and all those things. But then I feel like the year has not ended, so there's more to it. And then,
so cost of living has affected your Christmas this year?
Not my Christmas per se, but then I feel like everyone's Christmas as a whole, because today the number in church was not really encouraging and everything.
About thing. Oh, fine. Message here, Bolly. Okay, you were hello, Eba. No offense, one of me say, 1 year. All we are people join the Christmas. It's nice. Okay, every village and children and old ladies, all we join the Christmas. We are thank God. Okay.
How children on admission at the Kolebo Teaching Hospital celebrating this festive season. My colleague Sutia Boche has been there.
In the heart of Kolebo Teaching Hospital lies a department where courage meets crumbling hope and the strength of young souls shines even in the face of a fading life. I invite you to step into the world of children in the oncology department, beginning from the Rebecca Akufo-Addo Gapak Sunshine House, where the generous donation of Philip and friends brought life to these children.
My name is Emmanuel Nishi. I am 9 years old boy. My goddess is cancer. Blood cancer.
Do you understand what that means? What does it mean to have blood cancer?
I don't know.
How does it feel?
I feel pain. I go to treatment on Tuesdays. When I'm going to take chemo.
Amidst the formidable challenges of battling cancer, these children exhibit remarkable resilience, maintaining a positive spirit that serves as an inspiration to us all. Yet behind those courageous smiles, the parents bear the weight of an unimaginable burden. The crushing cost of treatment not only empties their pockets, but also steals away their livelihoods, leaving them financially destitute as they devote every waking moment to their ailing children.
If I do that, be credit, dear Mukran. Now, yes, some mob near Sikakre, the better, Adrian, near the Fisa, Memameno, Meko, Aquaya, Jumadia Boaqualano, Mimu Metafaco, Mencobe Bia, or Brenniaman, who and a year who I say.
Mammy be or an operation in 300 million. I scarf that done with 300 million. It's a 50 million craminibi.
Cancer no, a drobie no one man like a cost 100 cities. A dry lowest 5 million. It is just imagine say a week per wako. They say Sambla be my ogo fast car. A more than pa.
The Rebecca Akufo-Addo Sunshine House, which serves as a hostel for children battling cancer and their parents, also grapples with its own challenges: insufficient water, inadequate beds, a scarcity, constant struggle for funds. Vida Ampia is the mother of the house, and she has this to say.
So this is the Sunshine House. This house houses children undergoing cancer treatment in the Kolebo Teaching Hospital and their mothers or fathers. So whoever brings their child to the hospital for their treatment cycles, you are to live here until you are done with your treatment cycles.
Do you have adequate facilities? Like, how's the water situation here, for instance?
The water situation is not good. Close to 2 months now, we've not had water running constantly. You know, we have issues with Ghana Water supplying water at the moment, so we've not had water running now. But fortunately, an organization, Enterprise, came to our aid to help us with water supply. So for now, we have water. It's a 4-bedded room. The initial plan was to have a mother on a bed and a child on the bed. But unfortunately, with the numbers coming in, we don't have that luxury anymore. So you have to share a bed with your mother. Sometimes, unfortunately, you have to have 3 people sleeping on a bed because probably the mother came in with a baby, breastfeeding. I allow you to come in with a child below the age of 2, assuming that the child should be breastfeeding under the age of 2.
What are the health implications of sharing a bed with between mother and child, and sometimes even the
best? It's not the best. But before then, mothers were lying on the corridors of the hospital. So to us, this is heaven. You can imagine being with a child for 6 months, for 1 year, and suddenly that same child is no more, and they come and bring the news to us. A child who will come and sit in the office, a child who I'll be eating and will come and tell me, I want to eat some of your food. And suddenly you are told the child is no more.
Senior resident of the Pediatric Oncology Department, Dr. Samira Yemuyula, also bears witness to the heart-wrenching consequences of treatment costs, recounting tales of abandonment and the cruel embrace of death.
The treatment is quite expensive. There are a few parents that are able to pay for their medications, but even with that one, some of them along the line it gets difficult because it's not a short treatment. Most of our treatments are quite long. So after some time, some people actually get drained. There are also some that are not even able to afford it at all, and so we usually rely on donor support for some of their medications.
Are there any key incidents of death resulting from abandonment on the side of parents because, again, they cannot afford the treatment?
For abandonment, we don't usually see parents abandoning their children on us. What we usually see is abandonment of treatment, so some of them may default for a while. And then when they default for a while, they come back pretty bad because, cancer usually spreads. And if you do not treat it as and when and it's usually time bound. So if the treatment does not progress as it's supposed to, then you have the cancer worsening, and then sometimes they come back in a state where there's very little that can be done.
In the face of these pressing issues, the donation by Philip and friends presents a beacon of hope. This well-thought-out activity not only brings joy to the children in this festive season, but also extends a helping hand to the parents, offering a vital support in their time of need.
We all decided to join Philip and I to reach out to. For this year, we decided to come to the pediatric unit of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, especially the children with cancer. I mean, we know how cancer is, even especially for adults. So you can imagine children with cancer, what they go through. So we decided to come here and have a small session with the children and their mothers. Well, their parents, but most of them are mothers anyway.
I think it's an amazing experience, and I really hope a lot of people get to experience that, because it's a platform given to some people to partake and support those who are actually facing this challenge in their life. Just like today, we decided to impact into the life of kids with cancer. You don't get to meet them more often, but these are stories that we hear on social media, in the news and around. But today I get to spend this time living with them, encountering with them, listening to their challenges and how they go about it. So I feel really lucky to be a part of this and be able to actually support and give them words of encouragement and spend this beautiful time with them.
We hope that we'll get more sponsorship from our friends, the media, everybody who can help, because we want to make life better for these children and their parents.
For parents like these, every day is a tightrope walk between hope and despair. The emotional toll of witnessing your child fight cancer is unimaginable, and their stories, as they tell it to Joy News, echo the desperate plea for a lifeline. Regardless, they remain grateful for the kind gesture by Philip and friends.
From the parents to Philip Nye and friends, they say a big thank you.
Today, we issue a call to arms. Let this be a moment where our shared humanity triumphs over neglect. Together, we can rewrite the story for the children, parents, and health workers at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, the Department for Pediatric Oncology. For Joy News, I'm Sweetie Abochi.
Have been equipped with information on reporting child health promotion, immunization and also nutrition in their respective countries. The journalists drawn from West and Central Africa, including Madagascar, spent 3 days hearing from health specialists from children-centered international humanitarian organizations, United Nations Children Fund, UNICEF, and also the Togolese-based organizations African Media Network for the Promotion of Health and Environment. MFA Tiamwa Eli was amongst the journalists who attended this training and comes through with this report.
Host country for the SAP Regional Conference, Togo was singled out for mentioning for the remarkable progress it has made in child health promotion. Welcoming participants to the Rimapsan UNICEF First Media Forum on Child Health, Immunization and Nutrition in Africa, the UNICEF country representative to Togo, Haja Aissataba Sidibe, who deputized for the UNICEF Regional Director for West and Central Africa, said child health keeps improving and mobility keeps reducing in Togo. She said as at 2022, quote, 6.3 million infants in the region were not immunized, and more than a third of the children in the region suffered from poor growth due to malnutrition. This, according to her, was worsened by factors such as insecurity, climate change, and COVID-19 pandemic. Madame Ba Sidibe is, however, optimistic that West and Central Africa have great potentials. She thus enjoined the journalists at the forum to see child health promotion and protection as very critical by using their platforms to create awareness, open up discussions, and support in resource mobilization to addressing issues working against child health promotion. Togolese Minister of Communications and Media, Florence Akufo-Addo, who spoke on behalf of the Togolese government, underscored the critical role of the media in filling the lack of information and knowledge gap among their audiences and in their respective countries. Madame Kwegan quizzed the journalists, quote, "How many of your readers are educated on the importance of vaccinations as one of the most effective and least means costly to prevent disease? Do they know that it plays a crucial role in reducing infant mortality? Are they informed that incomplete vaccination is as problematic as the absence of vaccination because health cannot be partially conceived?" The Togolese minister charged the journalists to be catalysts for change in this coordinated movement where all will continue to act in a spirit of solidarity and cooperation for the health of present and future generations in Africa. Some participating journalists share the experience from the forum.
I am Rita Jrogbe. I work for Lux Radio in Liberia, and I also correspond for the Voice of America. I am a Liberian and working in Liberia.
Tell me, what's going to change when you get back home in Liberia, or perhaps even in your office?
I am living right now with a re-energized boost in reporting on health issues, even though I have been reporting on health. But coming to this forum, being a part of a gathering of journalists from almost every part of Africa has re-energized me to go back and report deeper into things that affect children, especially when it comes to their health.
I'll take a lot back to Nigeria because this workshop serves as an encyclopedia of knowledge on immunization, nutrition, and children's health. I've gained a lot, and I will use it in my reportage to improve the issues of children's health.
A lot of journalists don't pay attention to immunization. We look at this as normal routine reporting. But with what we have gotten here, I'm more challenged to go into that area to really help in sensitizing our people, especially the locals, to realize that there is need for them to immunize their children. Because if we do not do that, this is going to fight back on us. Because if you try to keep our children, we'll have less problem with our future. So I need to do more.
Well, at midnight on the 24th of December, Sunday, Akufo-Addo kicked off her attempt to beat the Guinness World Record for the longest singing marathon by an individual. She's done a quarter of her target already. She wants to break the existing record of 117 hours set in 2012. That's 2012 by an Indian. She's been singing for some 36 hours now. Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bamia visited the Akwa-Addo village to cheer her on. Here are steps.
What Akufo is trying to do is to break a world record. And it's not very easy to do. And so on a day like this, Christmas Day, everybody's spending time with their families. And it could be very lonely. And I think that as Ghanaians, we should give her all the support and moral encouragement as we can. And so I thought I should stop by here and let her know that Ghana is behind her and she should go ahead and break the record. It is possible for us to do it, and the mindset should be that. And so that's why I'm here to encourage her. I'm so happy to see so many other people who are here with the same sense of encouragement. She's doing great. I've been following, and I think that Wednesday we'll be back here by the grace of God to witness the breaking of the record itself. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it is Christmas. I think we've been through rough times in the past, especially following COVID and so on. Everybody saw, prices really shoot through the roof. We ended up with inflation of 54% last year, this time. And this year we are talking of 26% so far. Prices, rather than going up, are falling. Whether you are talking about rice, oil, cement, all of those prices are actually falling. So we are not where we want to be yet, but I think that the recovery is in progress, and we just need to continue to do that. So.
My colleague Jacqueline and Sumaya Boa has been interacting with patrons who thronged the Akwa-Addo village to throw their weight behind Akufo-Addo, who plans to sing for 4 days.
So we are currently at a Akufo-Addo sing-a-thon, trying to break the record of the longest marathon by an individual who was singing for 117 hours plus 9 hours. So we are at the Akwa-Addo village where a lot of people are here to support her. So I'd like to find out why we definitely know that they are here to support her, but if they think that she can actually break this record that she wants to. So I'm here with these gentlemen. Kindly join me here.
Hi.
All right, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Same here. How long have you been here?
I think 5 minutes ago. I just came.
You just came. And how long do you intend to be here?
Maybe the whole day. I just don't know.
Okay. What is pushing you to support Ifya?
I don't know, but I think when your fellow human being is doing something, you have to support the person. So that's why we are here.
Your favorite song by her? So maybe 10 minutes she's been singing throughout.
I like the song, the song currently playing. Yeah, me boni dinda. Oh.
So, just as you've heard from patrons, people are here having fun and all that. She has done 38 hours now, as we're speaking right now, 1 day, and about 14 hours so far. She has a long way to go. Today is just Wednesday, today is Monday, and she has Wednesday to finish up with the process. So I'm still speaking to people and finding out more about their views on it. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hi.
How long have you been here?
For the past 3 hours, I think.
That's great. Yeah. How long are you going to stay here?
Well, I'm just planning to leave in about an hour's time. But I just want to
maximum 4 hours.
Break. Yeah.
But so far, how do you think it's going for her?
She's doing well. I see some kind of tiredness in her so far, and it's very normal. Having stood on your feet for more than a day, singing all through.
She's done more than 30 hours.
That's way enough. So wherever she gets to, I really pray so that she will be able to complete, but wherever she gets to, we are so proud of her.
Yeah, we are definitely proud of her. What has been your favorite song so far?
Well, a lot of them, especially the local songs. Now I see she's trying to pick up some high-pitched songs which she's struggling with, but her favorite song for me so far, a lot of them, I can't speak to one, but a lot of them, a lot of the songs so far.
I hope you stay here much longer though.
I will. I'm even coming back in the evening. I was here yesterday till about 10 p.m. and I came back today. I'll just go home, find something, and then come back in the evening. I'll do that.
Spending your Christmas here?
I'm doing definitely.
So he's definitely spending his Christmas here. He's been here for a longer period. But I'm still here with patrons. I think you just came in, right? Have you been here? Or
Today is my first time coming here actually. And as everybody is doing, I'm here to support her with my full time today. All the best. She's doing amazingly well.
He is right here to support Efua. How do you see the competition so far?
Well, I think it's been amazing, and we wish her well. That's why we are here in our numbers with the Ghana flag as well, led by the second gentleman of the country. We believe that she'll go places. It is possible.
Right here at the Singathon at Akufo-Addo village, and just as you can see behind me, these are all patrons here supporting Efua Santua. Now I want to know, I know you are here to support Efua, but how long have you been here?
Since morning at 11.
Okay, and it's now 3 p.m. When do you intend to leave?
I don't know.
You'll be here for a while.
Yeah.
Do you think Efua is breaking the record?
Yeah, she is.
She is.
She's relaxed. She's okay. She's doing it her way, so she will.
Okay, all right. I still have another. Sweetheart, I can see you are jamming to the music.
Charlie, we are making it. We are making
it. You think she's breaking the record?
Sure. We're making Ghana proud. We are going for the record.
The excitement here is super. We have a couple of TikTok celebrities here who are also supporting her. Now, they are all excited, like super excited. Tell me how you're feeling right now.
Oh, I'm feeling super excited, and we are here to cheer Efua up to victory. Definitely, victory is assured.
Don't you think she's tired?
She is, but she will definitely get there.
So you are hopeful that she's breaking it?
Yes, she is. It's breakable, and she's doing that.
Okay, all right. Now, how long have you been here?
Like 3 hours now.
3 hours now. And how is it for you now?
Oh, it's cool. It's nice. I'm happy.
You're happy?
Yeah, more happy.
Okay, all right. Do you think that this Singathon has given Ghana the visibility that it needs?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Very sure. She's doing a great job. That's why I'm here. Yeah.
When do you intend to leave?
Oh, maybe in the evening.
You're spending your Christmas here?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I'm still right here. We see a couple of people here. I'm still here, and these are some TikTok celebrities that I have here. So if you don't know them, can you please introduce yourself to my viewers right now?
All right, so I respond to the name Q Mike Clement, and then I'm popularly known on TikTok and any other social media. Supply. Yeah.
Supply and demand. Yeah. You are the demand.
I'm the demand.
How are you feeling right now?
Oh, I'm very excited because this is a Ghanaian trying to break a Guinness Book record, and so I'm very, very excited this very moment.
How long are you going to be here?
Oh, for like an hour or two, I'll be here.
You definitely come back.
Yeah, we will come back.
These are all popular TikTokers who are here to support Efua Asantua's Singathon. And the excitement here is a lot. But I have here with me NDA.
You know her.
Hello, how are you doing? How are you feeling?
So proud to be a Ghanaian.
So proud to be a Ghanaian, right?
I'm here with my daughter to just support her. We are so proud. And we are praying.
Okay. NDA, you just arrived not long ago. You arrived in Ghana yesterday, and
I was here very English. I was here yesterday. We just came here, and I decided to bring Sophie and Tebua to come because what she's doing is serious.
How long do you intend to be here?
I'm gonna be here I think 10 days.
Okay, but I'm sure you're going to be here.
Hey. This is a part of the interview. This is a part of the news, Susan.
Well,
please be here.
But but you think she is definitely going to break this record?
She will. With our support, she will. You see how many people are coming through? A lot of people are coming through. We just saw the Vice President, Nana McBrown was here. Everybody is coming, so she will do it. I'm going to just tell everybody to come in. Let's show her love, and she will do it. With our strength, our support, she will make it.
That's NDA, and we are still here. I'm right here. We have a lot of people passing through. You just got here. But how are you feeling? Are you excited?
Very excited. Oh, I feel
Do you think the support has been enough for her?
Very, very. Ghanaians have done well, pa. I pray more will come and support her. We wish her all the best. She will win. She will win.
That's from my colleague. They are all here to support her. But I'm also right here with another Ghanaian musician. Well, I saw you not long ago, and how are you feeling right now?
I'm actually feeling very proud as a Ghanaian. This is exciting. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm actually happy that somebody is taking the initiative to do this to put us on the map, actually. So I'm here to support. It's all about support. And we want to tell her that we're so proud of her. Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm so inside the arena. Then the excitement here is super. People keep coming in here. We've had politicians, we've had musicians, we've had celebrities pass through the arena of the Akufo-Addo village just to support Efua Asantua Aduonu at her Sing-a-thon challenge right here. I'm reporting for Joy News. I am Jacqueline and Sumaya Boa.
And of course, you can also pass by the Akufo-Addo village just to get a feel of what's happening. But that's all we have for you in this package of the polls, the Christmas edition. We're leaving you with Let's Talk Showbiz, giving you a recap of the Beam concert here in Accra. Thanks for watching.